Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Chosen Topics. I'm here with my man Rodney Hunter. What's up, Rodney? How you doing today, man?
How you feeling?
Good, man. Good. So tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Rodney Hunter, from Middletown, Ohio, born and raised. Love working with kids, and for the most part, that's what you need to know about me.
Okay, cool. Cool. So you got this Baller to Elite
Yes, sir.
Academy program. So
Yes, sir.
talk about a little bit about that.
Ballers to Elite, what it stands for starters, is Ballers to Elite is a basketball training program. And the reason why I call it Ballers to Elite is I take local ballers, or smaller ballers, I should say, the youth, and give them some tools that can help them become elite. And I don't mean elite necessarily in basketball. I also mean elite in life, because throughout the training, I like to teach kids life lessons, right? Basketball is a great tool for me to, in a sense, minister to them, so to speak. And that's what Ballers to Elite is about.
Why kids, though? Like, why do you like working with kids, or why the youth?
The blunt answer is I like working with kids more than adults.
Okay.
And then two, ultimately though, I believe that, the kids, they're our future. Right. And if we don't invest in them, we're not investing in our future. I have children, so it is very important to me that they're brought up in an environment that is safe and it's healthy, positive for them. So I don't know who they're going to grow up around, so I hope that the kids that they're brought up around, or the friends that they gravitate towards, are good people. Right. So I'm just doing my part in trying to help the kids. So that's the real answer there.
Gotcha. So I know you have all these kids. I know it's kind of hard to be tough on them, and young kids, man, they tend to get a bit emotional. Tend to cry, pout, and stuff like that. So how hard is it dealing with all those things that come with the kids and their tantrums?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's hard. I look at it as a positive challenge, so to speak. Just like adults, every one of us, we all have our certain things that make us tick.
Right.
And I think that working with kids, like I said, is not necessarily hard, but I find it to be therapeutic. It's rewarding to me to see a kid struggling in a certain situation or a certain area, and I'm able to provide them some type of positivity. Right. And at the end of the day, it's, did I teach these kids something? When they did get angry, did I provide them some positivity that they may not get outside of here? You see what I'm saying? The world is going to beat you down. So, I'm tough on them. Don't get me wrong, but I do try to provide positivity and encouragement at the same time.
Right.
But I do push them, so I don't find it to be necessarily challenging. I find it to be therapeutical.
Okay. There's a lot of programs that I've been in, or there's a lot of programs that are out now. A lot of parents invest a lot of time and money into their kids to go to camps and all that stuff. And what's kind of how do you communicate your expectations and your plans to some of these parents?
I'm big on lead by example. And one thing that I like to say is people will respond to you and treat you the way that you teach them to treat you.
Right.
I don't do anything half go. I do everything on a professional level. whether I know you or I don't know you. The professionalism is still the same. So when parents, they deal with me, that's what they're getting, and I tend to get that in response from them, because like I said, people will respond to you and treat you the way that you teach them to treat you. And if quite honestly, if parents don't respect what I have going on, or don't like the way that I handle things, we don't necessarily have to work together.
Right.
It's not meant for everyone to work together.
Right.
So I don't really get hung up on that too much.
Gotcha. Here at the gym, like, what's your typical day at Ballers to Elite? Like, how does the day start?
How does the day start? Well, the day starts before the day starts for me.
Okay.
I'm big on prepping. Whether it's a personal training, a team training, or a team that I coach, I tend to have a sheet that I've typed up, taking the time to figure out exactly what it is that I want to work on. Like I said, if it's a personal training or a team that I'm already coaching, I know certain things that we need to hit on, and I'll make certain sheets that really helps with that. But when I get here, the day starts with going over that sheet, making sure that I'm on point. So that I stay professional. I don't look like I'm running around, with a chicken with his head cut off, so to speak.
Right.
So that's how the days are with me. They're very planned out, intense, as far as once we start training, but therapeutical at the same time.
Right.
It's the intensity is high. I teach a lot. I'm very hands-on. And like I said, I try to get something out of every moment. If you had one word to explain the training, I think intense would probably be the best.
Tough.
Yeah.
All right. Gotcha. Okay. So I know when I was playing basketball, when I was a kid, I know we didn't care about what we ate. Like, we would just eat anything. After the game, eat junk food. Before the game, eat junk food. We would do anything. So do you provide any tips to some of your younger players, like healthy eating habits?
To be honest with you, I haven't dabbled in that. The only thing that I do tell players / parents is to stay hydrated and continue to stretch.
Gotcha.
I don't really get too deep into that. That's not even my playing field. So I stick to what I know.
I mean, a lot of players now don't even stretch. Like, I don't be stretching. I ain't stretching forever. So definitely stretch. It'll help you out, save a lot of pulled muscles and ACL tears and all that. So I know you have there's some kids that have a lot of tough times. Like, maybe there's a drill they're not getting down how they want to. So what's your method? Because I know a lot of kids, they get down themselves really easily.
Certainly.
So what's your method to just encourage them to keep going?
Well, I say this religiously when I do camps or team trainings. Every drill that I do with that team or that player that I'm training isn't designed for them to know how to do it, right? But it is obtainable. So, and what I teach in that situation is just like in life. You have a certain goal that you're trying to reach.
Right.
We'll break it down to basketball. They may be able to dribble well with their right hand, right? But they're not so good with their left hand. So I'll tell them, just to make math easy, if you're dribbling 10 times pounding the ball with your right hand, then you want to do it 20 times with your left hand. Right? Don't get upset if you mess up, okay? If you're not messing up, you're not working hard enough. Then they start to realize and understand that, if I mess up, it's okay.
Yeah.
We all mess up. You're going to mess up in life. And then I'll sneak in a little bit of life in there. I say, just like in life, if you have a certain goal that you want to reach, right? You have this big goal here, set yourself small goals, right? Just like if you're doing 20 times with the left hand and 10 with the right, that's that small goal. And you want to do the same thing with life. Life is about goals. Basketball, sports is about goals, right? So that's how I handle that, And then every kid, there's certain things that you pick up on them that they may catch on better to,
Gotcha.
But as a general, that's kind of sort of how I hit that.
Okay, cool. So outside of basketball, what does Rodney do? What is he up to? I know you do a lot of planning, and I know you got a lot of ideas. So what do you do outside of basketball?
Family. That's what I do. I love my kids, I love my wife, and we're always doing something. Whether we're out shooting basketball or playing hopscotch, whatever it is we want to do. We go a lot to jumping jacks, movies, reading, working on their homework, a whole bunch of family stuff. And sometimes it's just spare the moment. That's what I'm all about, is being around my wife and kids. That's huge for me.
Yeah, family's everything, y'all. Family is everything.
Certainly.
So I know you have Visions by Rodney. Can you talk about a little about that?
Visions by Rodney is actually a spinoff of a company that I own, Red TV, and I taught myself videography. I taught myself photography, and I started, getting good at those. And with the old company that I had, Red TV, like I said, this is a spinoff of it. I didn't necessarily want to get into the music or hip hop industry, which is what Red TV was grounded on.
Right.
But because of me learning the videography and the photography with that, I'm like, man, I'm actually getting kind of good at this. Right. So from a business standpoint, I decided to go ahead and move to just turn it into Visions by Rodney. And Visions by Rodney is, I'm a very visual guy. I plan, I like to be different, innovative, and I wanted to start doing senior photos, wedding photography, things of that nature, wedding videography and things like that, so that I could use those skills that I have acquired over a certain amount of time and turn it into an actual brand.
Right.
Something that my kids could say, oh, I like that. Something that my kids could get into, right? So that's where Visions by Rodney came from.
Cool. Kind of the same path I want to go down, just basically building your brand, just making a foundation.
Certainly.
A platform.
And I commend you on that, man. I respect that a lot.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. I'm out here trying to work, be hard, just dedicated and all that.
Straight up.
Okay, so I know you're a pretty positive person, you're a pretty motivated person, so what's your motto? Like, what day in and day out, what do you live by?
Focus on where you're going to, not what you're going through, right? So, we all have things that we go through on our journey, right? So we can always let those things deter us or stop us from reaching where we want to be. But you have to be strong up here to know that I'm not going to let this stop me, or I'm not going to let that person trick me out of my position, right? I'm going to make it here, or I'm going to die trying.
Right.
So every day I get up, I don't care what I'm going through. You'll never see me posting anything negative online about anything, because I'm not sweating that. I'll allow certain things that will irritate me, like everybody else. I'll allow those things to irritate me for a very short period of time, and then I tell myself, quit crying, you got work to do. Right? So that's the model that I live by. I don't got time for excuses. I don't have time to sit around and baby myself, so I don't have a lot of encouragement around me. Most of the time I'm the encourager.
Right.
So, I have to be mentally strong. So that's my motto, is focus on where I'm going to, not what I'm going through. And that's not to say that I'm going through a lot of things or anything like that, but just I understand that things will happen.
Right, and good out with the bad.
Yeah, certainly.
So you can't steal that quote. It's his, all right? He trademarked and copyrighted it. It's his. You can't steal it.
Certainly.
So, chosen question of the week. If you don't know what this is, Rodney, this is basically like my most controversial question I ask. This can make you cry, make you sad, just make you just do a lot of things. So, like I said, I know you come up with new things every single year. You're always, brainstorming new ideas. So what can we expect this year? What is something, because I want you to put it out there. You might have it in the secret, a little secret folder. But what can we expect? What new event can we expect about you for this year?
To be honest with you, just a lot of hard work, and you gotta go to follow me online. But I am in the process of trying to plan an overnight basketball camp.
Okay.
That's something that I am for sure trying to do. Other things, like I said, I don't want to disclose everything, because some of it's more so long-term investments, blah, 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 that I'm, doing
See,
it, but
I'm trying to get it out of him so I can steal his ideas. You feel me? Because he know that I know.
don't let your left hand know what your right hand
I'm trying to get it out of him. So yeah. But you know, thank you, Rodney, for being on the show, man. I really appreciate
No
it.
doubt.
Any shout outs you want to give out?
Man, shout out to everybody who's working hard. You know, I just want to say, if you have a goal, don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it, right? Only you can stop you from doing whatever it is that you want to do. Stay positive, keep pushing, write down your goals, and I'll see you at the top.
All right, there it is. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, tell all your peoples about it, and I'm going to see one of y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.